Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our broadcast of the Navatman competition. My name is Aparna Shankar. I'm a staff member here at Navatman, and I'll be your host for today's live stream of all the competition videos. So I just wanted to come on and say hello for now. We'll just give a couple minutes to allow people to jump on the live stream, and then we'll get started. So hang tight, grab your chai. I got mine, and we'll get started in a few minutes. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. If you're just logging on to the live stream, my name is Aparna, and I will be your host for today's live stream. So I just wanted to pop on and say hi, and that we're all very excited to see all the entries that have been done to this month's Navatman competition challenge. But we're just going to wait a few minutes again for more people to log on before we get started. So hang tight. And grab your cup of chai, and we will get started soon. Thank you so much. All right. Good morning, everyone. So it's 10:35, and I think we have enough people on now, so I will get started. Again, if you didn't hear before, my name is Aparna Shankar, and I'll be your host today for today's live stream of the Navatman competition. We're very, very excited to show you all the entries, and it's actually been a really exciting process for us ourselves. This is the first month that we're hosting this competition, and this month the challenge was in Bharatanatyam, and it was to present a korve or a couple korves or jatis in Aditalam. As a note, we envision that in future months, other challenges will involve other styles of dance, such as Kathak and also Carnatic and Hindustani music. Our vision for creating this competition was something bigger. We didn't just want it to be another dance or another music competition. We developed it because we saw a need for aspiring classical students to have a platform for growth and a stage to share their forms of artistic expression. We wanted to give our rising artists an opportunity to watch and also learn from their peers from around the world through seeing the other entries. And I think the most critical part of it is the feedback that they would get from the judges, who are real artists with extensive experience in the Indian classical arts world. You know, I'll be honest, I'm kind of jealous that I wasn't eligible age-wise to submit for this. But you know, that's life. So without further ado, today's run of show will be, you'll see all the participants and the videos and entries they submitted. We'll go through and watch everyone. Then we will have followed by a word from each of our judges for this competition. So you'll hear from both Apurva Jayaraman and Sridhar Shanmugam. And then at the end, we will finally present our awards for this competition. So sit back, relax, enjoy the show. Our first participant who we will watch is Kamalini Senthilkuma, who has presented some jatis from a Saraswati Jati Swaram. Thank you. Our next entry is from Nea Nicel, and she presented a Trikala Jati in Aditalam, which has the theme of nature conservation. So now let's watch Nea. Thank you. Our next entry is from Shonchori Mukherjee, who presented an excerpt from the Mohamana Varna. Thank you. Our next entry is from Kashika Sinha, who presented a jati from an Ashtalakshmi song.
உலகெல்லாம் ஆட்சி செய்யும் அஷ்டலக்ஷ்மி.
Thank you so much. I just want to say again, thank you to everyone logging on. And just to note, if you happen to miss the live stream or you wanted to share the live stream with family or friends, but they weren't able to make it, this will be saved as a YouTube video. So you can definitely share the link with your family and friends for them to watch later. All right, moving on to our next participant now. We will be watching an entry from Shibani Sarkar. Sorry for the brief technical difficulties. Let's see if we can reload that and finish playing the end of Shibani's video. Just while we're getting that sorted out, if you have any comments, please feel free to leave them in our on our YouTube thread. I'm glad we were able to watch the rest of Shibani's video. Our next participant is Shreya Sarkar. And let us, without further ado, watch what Shreya has presented for this competition. Thank you, Shreya, for your entry. We're about halfway through all our submissions for this month's competition. And so at this point, I'll take a little bit of time to talk about the grading rubric, which I'm sure everyone is really curious about what's on there and what's the type of feedback that I'm going to be receiving, or what type of criteria am I being judged on. So overall, there are two categories that this month's participants are being evaluated on. One category is presentation. So in this, what is being looked for? Things like the stage presence of the individual, the energy and vibrancy that they bring to the dance, how well do they execute the level of complexity of the choreography, was the setup and the costuming neat. We know that because people are at home right now, all these materials to have a very nice space aren't necessarily available. So we were just looking for neatness and whether everything is nicely put together. So that is one area that's on the rubric, which is presentation. And the other area of this month's rubric was technique. So what's being evaluated here? So the different things are footwork, aramandi, control of the limbs and core, and use of eyes. So just some things on the footwork note there, for example, clarity of footwork. What was the ease with which the footwork was executed? And the speed of the footwork. Were there faster speeds? Was the person able to execute? Was it rhythmically on talam? Did they have control over their core and extension and use of their limbs? What about use of the eyes? Did the eyes follow the hands appropriately? Also the clarity of mudras and the cleanliness of lines. So overall, these were the two overarching categories, technique and presentation. And then the overall scores were an amalgamation of this. And so you'll see this more in depth when you receive your rubrics, which contain feedback and your scores in each of these scales, along with written feedback and comments for the judges. I think this type of feedback is so valuable to the growth of a dancer. I'm sure everyone gets this feedback from their teachers regularly on a regular basis, but I think it can be really valuable when it's coming from another person that hasn't seen you grow through the different stages. They bring a different perspective and they bring their own experience in dance to that. So I hope that all the participants did grow through this process of putting together this video, this Jati Korbe sequence for this competition. And it is our hope that with this feedback that you receive from the judges from this competition, that you take this to heart and really continue to grow as dancers. So that is a little detail about our rubric. And I think now we can go on to see the rest of the participants from that have entered their videos. I think we had a little bit of a technical difficulty when we were playing the previous participant, Shreya's video. So we're going to play the rest of Shreya's video and then move on to seeing the entries from our other participants. Thank you so much. Hi everyone, it's me again. So sorry for the technical difficulties. We're trying to figure it out on the back end. You know, everybody's just waking up and watching their Sunday morning cartoons, so our Wi-Fi quality is going down. Sorry about that. But while we're figuring out the technical stuff on the back, I think I'll share some thoughts I had about growing as a young dancer. I think this is a question that I constantly have as a dancer who is up and coming and developing. I am in my late 20s but still growing, and I asked recently to one of the performers from this year's Drive East Festival, which is a dance and music festival that Navatman hosts every August. We have performers every day for a week. And my question to all these performers is constantly, what do you recommend? What is the best thing to do as a young dancer who is growing? And I had asked this of Ramya Ramnarayan, who was also my guru. And the number one thing that she said to do was just to watch dance and to watch those that are experts in their fields, because there is a lot that you learn from just watching that you don't even realize. So I think besides taking the feedback from this and using it to grow and improve your practice, I think another thing that I would share, which, I'm just the messenger of, this is not my thoughts at all, is for young dancers to continue to watch performances, and not just necessarily in the style that they're trained in. So say you are trained as a Bharatanatyam dancer, I think you can learn a lot from watching other styles of dance, because it's not, technique is one aspect of it, but it's also how do the dancers use their technique to tell a story or bring an image out to play or execute their vision or touch the audience in some way, right? And that's not just done in Bharatanatyam, it's done in all kinds of performing arts, whatever they be, whether they're in Indian classical arts or even other Western forms as well. So I think there is a lot to be learned from watching other performances and styles. Team, are we ready? I think one of the other beautiful things, despite it being a pandemic time, is that in many ways, this time period has forced us to think about what we really value in the world. And I think a lot of people have realized that the arts are a critical aspect of that. And I don't know about you, but I've been using a lot of this time to watch the online performances and learn and grow from there. And I think one of the things, because now the whole world is opened up to us in a way. So I think I've gotten the chance to see a lot of performances from around the world, which I might not otherwise have. So I think that's been a really one of the silver linings of what the world is like today. All right, the team has resolved the issues, I've been told. So now we're gonna go back to watching our competition participants. We're going to watch Shreya's video again so we can see it fully. Thank you for your patience. Thank you. Our next entry is from Sanjana Srinivasan. Thank you for that. Our next entry is from Diya Ranjith. Thank you for that. We had a question asked by someone what order the videos are going in. So just to share, the videos are in order of what we received them as submission. They're not currently broken up into the age categories, but when we announce the overall and the superlatives in each category for technique and presentation, these dancers were evaluated within their age categories. So just something that I wanted to share before we moved on to watching the rest of the videos. Our participant number 9 is Sreya Biswas. And let's watch her video without further ado. Thank you for that. You know, I think it's really interesting that we get to a window into each participant's homes and what their practice environment looks like. It adds a little flavor to the videos. All right, our next participant is Rewa Gandhi, and she presented an excerpt from a Jati Swaram. Thank you. The next participant we have for today is Leya Oommen, and she presented a Trakala Jati from the Mohana Krishna Varnam, which is in Ragam Mohanam, and of course in Aditalam. Thank you. I just have a question to pose to the participants if you're watching on live stream and want to comment. I think we had an idea of what we thought the growth process would be like for people submitting to this, but we're really curious to know what you learned through the process of preparing for this competition and putting together the videos that you did. How did you grow as a dancer and what did you learn? We're really curious about that. So if anybody wants to comment, definitely I'll share your thoughts on the live stream. All right, so let's now move on to our next video, which is from Anika Vittal, and she shared a Trikala Jati from a classic Varnam, Rupamu Jochi, which is of course in Aditalam, and the choreography is by Rukmini Devi Arandaya. Thank you. And now we are finally on to our last participant of the competition, Arushi Mukherjee, who presented an excerpt from the Karahara Priya Jatiswaram. Yay, thank you, and let's have a wonderful round of applause for all the participants and the hard work that they put into making and submitting each of their videos. Before we announce the final scores and awards, I think we'll just pan to a couple words from our judges. We have our judges are Sridhar Shanmugam and Apurva Jayaraman. So first, we'll watch a message from Sridhar, and then we'll watch a message from Apurva.
Dance competitions truly pave a great path to dancers. It pushes a dancer to work harder in preparation and puts more efforts in making the performance a grand success. It gives scope to research further and understand the current world standards and the standard of excellence in the world of performing arts. Dance competition creates exposure, new prospects for dancers in the dance world. It helps the dancer to gain visibility and create avenues to choose a career in pursuing their journey in dance. Competition can also expose the expression of a dancer to viewers who have never appreciated the art form before. Another feather to Navatman's cap, creating the path in the journey of a dancer.
Hello everyone. This last week, it's been a few hours of time extremely worthily spent, and spent very enjoyably watching just how passionate and so full of promise the next generation of young Bharatanatyam students are. It's been an absolute pleasure judging the Navatman competition for children and teenagers, where all of them have presented an Aditalam, Korvai or Jati of their choice. In my own experience as a teenager, participating in competitions was a very big part of shaping me as a dancer. Especially as a young student of dance, when we're not yet prepared to take on full-length performances as yet, I think competitions are a great way for us to learn so many very things that cannot otherwise be learned within the classroom itself. For instance, learning to simply manage your nerves. What happens if you forget in the moment? Learning to negotiate with space. Learning to develop stage presence. So many things. For me, it was also a wonderful opportunity to watch what my peers at that time were doing and to understand where to set a bar for myself. It was an opportunity every single time to assess myself and improve step by step. Of course, with the competitions today having gone onto the virtual platform, we may not have that same opportunity to really meet with and share with our peers. But I do sincerely hope that each one of you participants have taken the time to watch your peers and the wonderful, wonderful performance that each one of you have given. And also take away one thing, at least, from each one of them that may inspire you to do better and to take one step forward in your own journey in dance. The one thing that has been extremely evident, and I must also say extremely heartwarming for me to watch, is the great joy that pervades each one of your dance. It's extremely clear that all of you absolutely love to dance, and I think ultimately this is the bottom line. So no matter the outcome of today's competition, the one thing that I would like to share with all of you is keep training. There is no substitute for hard work and a rigorous formal training. And remember that that process of training does not come to a halt with an Arangetram or with an award or with any other milestone which can serve as inspirations for us to carry on and carry on better, but never really the end of our journey. And remember, in the art, the more you know, the more there is to know. And I think that's the most fascinating part about being part of this process of a journey in the arts. So just pour yourself into the deep study of the art form with humility. And the process, I assure you, will be extremely rewarding. I'd like to congratulate Navatman for creating such a lovely platform for children and teenagers to continue their engagement with dance, and of course for constantly coming up with extremely interesting and well thought out events for the benefit of the dance community. And I also thank you for making me a small cog in the wheel by inviting me to judge this competition. I congratulate each and every one of you for putting your absolute best foot forward and giving such wonderful performances. Congratulations, all the very best, and keep dancing, keep learning. Thank you.
Thank you to our judges for those words. Now we go on to what I'm sure you all have been waiting for this whole time, which is the announcement of our winners in each age category. So I'll announce them first for the 10 to 13 age category. We have superlatives for the areas of technique and presentation, and then we have an overall winner. So for best technique, we have Kamalini Senthilkuma. Congratulations. Who also happens to have won the award for best presentation also. So congratulations to Kamalini. Our overall winner in the 10 through 13 age category was Nea Nicel. So a huge round of applause to both of you, Nea and Kamalini, for your work and your efforts. Now we move on to the 14 through 18 age category. First, I will announce the winner for Best Presentation, which was Diya Ranjith. Congratulations, Diya. In the category of Technique, our winner was Shonchori Mukherjee. Congratulations. And for overall, we have Leya Oommen, who won the overall award in the 14 to 18 age category. Congratulations. Huge round of applause, not only to our superlative and overall winners, but to everyone and all the dancers for the effort and the hard work you put in to preparing for this and submitting your video. After this, shortly after, you'll receive your rubrics with more detailed feedback for you as a dancer for your growth, and also you will receive certificates. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us and we will do our best to answer the questions for you. You can email us at gigs@navatman.org if you have any questions. Thank you so much to everyone for joining our live stream this morning. I hope you enjoyed watching all the performances. I know I certainly did. Thank you, everyone, and signing off. Bye.